Yeah.
What do it do, YouTube? We back with another video. Just like we said last night, we were going to be. And hey, we got a special guest. And I'm not talking about Frank, even though he is special, Ed. Uh, we got our man Tro in the building. Tro, what's up, buddy?
What is up, good fellow?
Nice helmet. Nice helmet. I dig it.
Thank you.
Got the
It
melted cup.
represents the show.
It does.
Represents the theme of the show.
We are going to cover Royal Rumble 2006. And Frank said right before we came on the air, it's kind of funny that we covered this one, that we covered Royal Rumble 06, because in our last 2006 review that we also did with Tro in the archives, go check that out, Edge won Money in the Bank. He won the WWE Championship, cashing in Money in the Bank. And here at the Royal Rumble, well, he loses the title. So it's very short. What?
You're giving me credit for something I did not say. Tro said that.
Oh, Tro said that.
That's the last show we did with Tro. The last show we did overall
I said that was the last show we did with Tro. I said that.
Okay. Yeah, but you said I said
yeah,
it.
Yeah, my fault. Tro
stealing
said
credit from me already.
Hey, Tro, that's what Frank does. He takes credit for everything. He takes credit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go there. But hey, if you're new to this YouTube channel, do us a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Become a bro with the Retro Bros. Hit the like button as well. Like this video. Listening and like this video. Comment down below what pay-per-view you want us to watch. We'll do it. Also, just chill out. Grab yourself a little drink. Got Pepsi in this cup. And let's get talking about Royal Rumble 2006. Hey, my man. My guy, Tro. See, right there, the fact that you're drinking Pepsi and not Mountain Dew automatically makes you a winner, dog.
Pepsi and Mountain Dew, it's the same product, bro.
I know, but Pepsi is so much better than Mountain Dew,
bro. No. Mountain Dew is the best thing Pepsi ever created.
Do you really want to start to show off like this, Frank?
It's the truth.
It's not the truth. It's not the truth. The truth is Mountain Dew tastes like watery ass. It tastes like watery soda, okay? With like a pinch of salt in it. That's what Mountain Dew tastes
like. It tastes like the greatest soda ever made.
Absolutely.
Greatest soda known to man.
Not. Root beer kicks the ass of Mountain Dew. Dr. Pepper is better than Mountain Dew, and
Hell
Dr. Pepper tastes like beer or tastes like piss.
Hell no.
I'm sorry. Root beer and Pepsi are goated.
Root beer is trash. Pepsi is good.
I plead the fifth.
Franklin, are we going to be doing this all show, Franklin? Is this what we're going to be doing all show? Because if we're going to be doing this all show, let me know. So anyway, let's get off. Let's start off the show. And the first match, I believe, was the Cruiserweight title match, right, Frank? You got the match card.
Yes. Open Invitational. Oh, my gosh. It's crazy the way they word this. Open Invitational, 6-way Texas Tornado style for the Cruiserweight Championship. And any former WWE Cruiserweight champion is allowed in this match. There's a big reason for that stipulation, as we find out when the sixth and final entrant enters the ring. So Kid Cash is the champion. Funaki comes out. Jamie Noble comes out. Nunzio comes out. Paul London comes out. And then there's one final guy, the sixth member of the match. Technically was never Cruiserweight champion in the gimmick that he's currently portraying. But he was Cruiserweight champion in another gimmick, and that would be Gregory Helms, aka the Hurricane. That is like that's like if in 2003 they did like a 6-way open invitational for the undisputed title and said like all former undisputed champions are allowed, and Mr. America came into the match. It's like, wait a minute, Mr. America was never undisputed. Right, but Hulk Hogan was.
Yeah, but Mr. America's not Hulk Hogan. We all know this. He even took a lie detector.
You're right. You're right.
You're right.
Accusing him.
Can't argue that. You right, bro.
that lie detector segment was one
Was
of the
great.
most hilarious
I just
segments of
watched
my
that
childhood.
recently. That was a funny
Yeah,
segment, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, dig that one.
That You know what? I was thinking of a certain show to cover for as my next pick. I might change my mind. We got a whole possibly hour for me to think about that, but we will see. So thoughts on the Open Invitational six-way Texas Tornado match? What's your thoughts on that?
Troy, you're the guest, man. You go first.
Well, I love to see Grayer Helms back
Yep.
on the podcast. It's always fun to see him, and the fact that he pulled off the victory is fitting. He went on to have the title for until the following year at No Way Out when he dropped it to
Mm,
Chavo Guerrero.
I
Did
should
he?
mention, I should mention, by the way, the reason why that stipulation was so important was because Gregory Helms at this time was on Raw. So
Yep.
yeah.
Mm.
What's a Raw superstar winning a SmackDown title? What's going on, Cole?
Yes.
That's the
Yeah.
Rule 4.
Yeah.
This match for me, or to me, it sort of set the tone for what wrestling is today, which is very much hard hitting, fast paced, very smash mouth, car wrecky, right? I mean, you watch AEW or you watch the current NXT or WWE, and it's a lot more fast paced in the ring. The action is much more fast paced and honestly kind of more exciting to watch. And that's kind of what this match paved that way for. So I think the elite or the AEW guys, they have to thank these 6 people for that. And also, Gregory Helms' gimmick, I loved his heel turn. It was fantastic. His whole heel run was great. When he turned, that was awesome. I remember him taking off the mask and it was like, wow. And yeah, I like this match. It was great.
Yeah. So yeah, Helms was great as a heel, no doubt about it. And yeah, matches like this are essentially what you see on WWE television, AEW television, any pro wrestling today, and that's why I barely watch the product. The cruiserweight division was so like at this point so destroyed from what it was early on in 2002, 2003 when you had great characters, not just guys going out there doing these ridiculous moves. You had a bunch of great characters like Jamie Noble, who is in this match, but he's no longer the Jamie Noble boy that he was in 2002 running with Nydia, 2002, 2003
Yeah.
running with Nydia. Gregory Helms was great. He's no
Uh-huh.
longer the Hurricane, but he can't carry that division, even as possibly a great heel. He can't carry that division all by himself. Who else is in this? Kid Cash. His WWE run was
Kid
uh,
Cash's TNA run was great.
a little bit, yeah. Who else is in
Good.
this? London. A lot of just you know
Yeah,
it paled
Funaki.
the cruiserweight. Yeah, Funaki. The cruiserweight division just pales in comparison to what it
Whoa,
was in
whoa, whoa, whoa,
2002,
whoa, whoa.
2003.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. I will not let you disparage the good goddamn name of Funaki, sir. Funaki is a legend. He is goaded.
Funaki's very entertaining, ain't no doubt about that.
He's
But
SmackDown's
Number
number
one,
one announcer.
SmackDown's number one
number
announcer.
one announcer, no doubt. Hey, Funaki's entertaining as hell. But
Yeah, man.
yeah, this match didn't do anything for me, honestly.
Give that man his flowers.
I
Next
will
match.
for Funaki. I will give him his flowers. So hold on now. It's not a match.
Next segment.
Yes, we go backstage here, and it's Mr. McMahon with Victoria, Tori Wilson, and Candice Michelle. So these are the roll the balls
Yeah,
and pick number. They did
shit.
these segments
Tori
for
Wilson can roll
most
my
of them,
balls anytime she wants.
and essentially that's the jokes we get in most of these
Yeah.
segments. So good setup.
Tori,
Vince
So you
hey,
get
hey, Tori Wilson can roll my balls anytime she wants.
you just said that.
Yeah, but nobody acknowledged it. So,
I did. I said
uh,
those are the jokes you
oh,
get
got you. I
on
got
on
you. I
these
got you. I got
segments.
you.
Yeah.
My bad, bro. My bad. Pepsi be hitting, boy.
But anyway, so Orton comes out, gets his number, and he's extremely excited.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H comes in. He's like, "Oh, hey, Mister Destiny," and so they kind of get that feud, revisit that feud for a few seconds. He gets his ball and is not too happy with what he receives, the number that he receives. Pretty entertaining segment
He
between.
takes his ball, but he doesn't go home, unlike CM Punk. Sorry.
Ooh. Can I have my ball back, please? Give me my ball.
That is, yeah, he did say that. He said that after realizing the number he had, he turns around to Candice Michelle's like, "Give me my ball back."
Boy, I wonder if he got a bad number or not. What a
What a twist! Yeah.
So then we have you know what? I missed this segment because I think I stepped out of the room. I was watching the show this morning, and I think I missed this segment because I stepped out for a few seconds. But Trish and Mickey James backstage. Mickey James tells her she loves her before she heads out to ref the next match. Trish ref the next match.
Trish is the referee for this next match. It's Ashley versus Mickey James.
Yes.
R.I.P. to Ashley Massaro. But god damn,
Yes.
this matchup was trash.
It was the wrong. I mean, I'd say it was the wrong match, but I get that the match that they were going for, they were saving for WrestleMania, so I at least understand it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
this match was boo boo, bro. I mean, I'm sorry.
This whole undercard was terrible. It really was. Let's just be honest. It was terrible.
Because when you watch the Royal Rumble, you're not watching for the undercard matches. You're watching for the Rumble match itself. Really.
Plus, there's not enough time when you have a 3-hour show. You have a 1-hour Royal Rumble. You can't, and then plus 2 title matches that take up about an hour. So that's 2 hours right there.
Yep.
You're not going to have that much time to tell the stories for the undercard. And,
Exactly.
even with more time, these matches would not have been better.
See, so I just gave my opinion for this next match, so we can just skip my opinion and you guys give yours.
I said all I needed to say. It was, this was just building towards Mickey James and Trish, and they saved Mickey and Trish for WrestleMania, so I understand.
Well, technically they didn't save it because they did do a match at New Year's Resolution.
True, but true, but you're not going to come out and do 2 pay-per-views in a row and then still have them at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I think you could do that, like best 2 out of 3 or whatever.
Maybe if you do it that way, maybe. But no, I think they're trying to keep that for WrestleMania.
And by the way, I love Mickey James and I love Trish Stratus. I love me some Trish Stratus. You already know on this channel I love me some Trish.
Trish is the greatest women's performer of all time.
Mickey. I'm gonna put Mickey up there with Trish. I'm gonna put Mickey up
Mickey
there.
doesn't have. Mickey is great, but she doesn't have the star power that Trish does.
Okay, that's fair. What do you mean? Whoa, the star power. She's a country singer, dog.
Cowboy. I mean, hardcore country. Come on.
Hardcore country. Yeah, cowboys and rednecks or whatever. Long necks and rednecks.
She's. I would not put her up there. I know she does her thing in the country music industry, but she's still not up there with Trish.
Okay. Next segment or match?
Oh no! Wait, Troll gotta give.
What'd you think of this match, bro?
Man, Ashley was not it.
No, we tried to make her it, but
it did not work. I mean, we barely saw her at New Year's Revolution, and you know what? That was probably for the better because this match existed.
She was in like a bra and panties.
Yeah,
the bra and panties.
Moolah in there and Mae Young.
We discussed that. We discussed that on our last show together.
Yeah,
match of the night.
Oh, no doubt.
Facts. Next segment or match?
That's all you had to say?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so, nobody really has much to say about this match, dude.
No, I get it. I don't want to jump over him like that. I just want to make sure. So next, Gregory Helms chatting on WWE.com after he won the Cruiserweight title. And now we go back to the numbers, and this was actually a pretty good. This was one of the better segments with the numbers and things.
Can I say something
Um,
about that Gregory Helms thing real quick?
Go ahead.
Do you remember when? I'm sure you guys do. Well, sure you may not because you're younger. But do you remember, Frank, when we were younger, going on WWE.com and there was
Yeah,
no video or anything like that? There was no YouTube link, no social media link. It was just
yeah,
all news on the website. You could go to,
yeah.
you could look at the superstars, and they had like this list of superstars, and they also had that video on demand thing that you could buy
24/7.
videos. Do you remember that, Frank?
Yeah,
You could
yeah.
buy like single classic wrestling matches. I remember one
Dude,
time I begged my mom to buy me Trish Stratus versus Victoria Survivor Series 2002 hardcore match. I begged her, and she did. She did. And
I didn't need to buy. I never brought those video on demand matches, but I didn't need to buy that match because Survivor Series '02 was like one of the first VHSs I ever owned.
mhm.
So I had that match from like
and
the get.
also and also they had these like great they had like for each superstar like a video set or a photo set. And
Yeah,
for Trish Stratus, they gave her when she retired, they gave her like a whole thing where it was like evolution of a diva, and
right, right.
it was talking about her start and then her rise and then where she came and then where she was then. And it was, I loved it because it had like video, it had photo. Now the videos that they had for this thing were not full segments or matches necessarily,
Right,
but
right.
but they were good enough for me, so I enjoyed them, and that's all I gotta say
Yeah.
about that.
When I go back and watch a show, a weekly show from like '02, '03, '04 too, I get so depressed once like after a pay-per-view and they like show a picture of the website.
Yeah,
They usually did that. It's so depressing, man. I remember when WWE.com used to look like that, man.
I wish it
Damn.
still did because WWE is all like
Yeah,
figured out now. I'm like, God damn,
yeah, yeah.
corny and corporate. It's disgusting.
But I'm sure Tro, you became a fan in like '06, right? So I'm sure you have some WWE.com memories, right?
Yeah, I remember the website before it became what it is now.
Yeah,
It was very interesting. They
yeah.
I do miss it, but maybe that's nostalgia. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
So this was one of the better back behind this the with the balls they picked the numbers. This was one of
With the
those
balls,
better
pause.
segments.
The ball
Yeah.
game.
So
Pause.
so Vince is backstage and like again it's the divas the same ones I mentioned last time. It was Tori, Victoria, and Candice. And Vince is
Right.
like they're like showing their tattoos off to Vince. And then Big Show comes in. He's like, "Oh, you guys are looking at tattoos." Vince is like, "No, no, I'm good. I'm good." He's like, "Oh, I got some tattoos." Like, "No, we're good."
We're good, bro. We're good. Put it away. Put it away. There's
But
children
it's
here.
not just great comedy from this segment. There's also a nice little beautiful segment here as Rey Mysterio comes in
Oh yeah.
and he
That
and Big
whole.
Show gives him a
Go ahead.
yeah, yeah, Big Show gives him a nice little pep talk. It's like, I know you're doing this for Eddie tonight, but remember it's every man for himself. Nice little pack on, smacks his arms, gets him pumped up. Good little segment there. But then
Hang
it's
on.
like
Hang on. I'm
Ray,
gonna say something real quick. Can I say something?
yeah, yeah,
I I saw this pay per view live.
yeah,
Right. I watched
mhm,
it live. I went to a place called Red and Jerry's, which is like a
yes,
bar and grill where they play WWE pay per views. You had to pay like $10 extra for the pay per view, but what's $10 against $40, right? So,
right,
right.
right,
Plus, you buy food and drink, so it all kind of adds up. And
yeah,
and yes, I know I said it was a bar. I was 13 at the time. Actually, I was still technically 12, about to
mhm,
be 13 the next month. But
yeah,
anyway, uh, so no, I did not drink booze, but I did drink soda, and I had fries and a burger, and I watched with my dad. And the second I saw Rey Mysterio go, Eddie, You got
Yeah, I was just about to get to that. You jumped all over me. I was
okay.
just
Well,
about to
I'm
get to
jumping over. He says, folks, Eddie, you got me. As he looks up to the heaven for about his number, and
that.
as soon as he said that, I looked at my dad. I'm like, Dad, Rey Mysterio is gonna win, right? And Dad's like,
Oh.
No, he's not. He's not gonna win. I'm like, Yeah, no, I'm serious. He's gonna win. And it's like, No, he's not. Right? He's not gonna win. So continue, because
Yeah, so like I said, Rey Mysterio gets his ball and he's like, Eddie, help me out here, help me out. He opens it, sees the number, it's like, oh Eddie, you got me. You're playing one, you got one over on me. That was a beautiful little segment there.
and by the way, I want to say this too about the Rey Mysterio Eddie tribute thing. People
Yeah.
shit on this. They're like, they really
Oh,
milked this angle on for Rey Mysterio to tribute Eddie. Eddie was his best friend, dude. Come on now.
right, right.
They
I
were
got a lot to say. I got a lot to say about that Rumble match when we get to it.
yeah, they were best friends. Like,
Yes.
if your best friend freaking died, I'm sure you would be paying tribute to him every single day. I mean, the other day, Frank, when you and I were talking about Chad, I got
Yeah.
emotional. I started crying because, Chad was just that kind of person. And, he just had such an impact on my life. And I hope he knows that, or I hope he knew that. And
Yes.
you know what?
Yes.
And I hope his family knows that I love Chad. I met his kids a couple of times. They were really good kids. I don't remember if I ever met his wife. I think I have, but I can't remember for sure. But I do remember meeting his children because he would take a kid to work day, and yeah, they were good. They were good kids. Yeah, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah,
So Troy,
if you pay tribute to your friend, that's fine. I don't care.
Right.
That's your friend. I understand. I get it, and that's cool.
Right.
So I'm good with that. I'm good with Rey Mysterio paying homage to Eddie. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Way.
Yeah. So Troy, you got any thoughts on this segment here we just covered with Eddie and Big Show?
I think it's a good segment. The comedy was decent enough. I did like that Ray was like, Eddie, you got me, man. You got
that
me.
was
You
that was a
screwed me,
great
Obi.
Mm-hmm.
You screwed me, you son of a bitch.
Imagine if he said that, yo.
Fuck you. Screw you, Eddie. God damn it.
Fuck you, Eddie.
I think you just ruined the whole angle right there because
By the way,
supposed to be
when Randy Orton said Eddie's not down or up there, he's down there in hell. Man, did I want to jump? I swear to God, there was a show called Out of the Box, and it made you think you could jump into pictures and shit. When he did that, I swear to God, I wanted Out of the Box to be real so I could jump into that TV and beat him, beat his ass. Sorry, I got a little scared there. The door open.
Tro just ruined the whole angle that they're building. Calling Ray, having Ray call Eddie a son of a bitch and all that. You're trying to tell this beautiful story of Rey Mysterio winning the Rumble for his best friend, and now Rey Mysterio just goes heel on him.
Facts.
So now everybody hates Rey Mysterio. Nobody wants to see him go the distance like he ultimately.
You remember that show Everybody Hates Chris? In the theme
Yeah.
song?
I never.
Everybody hates Ray.
Everybody hates Raymond. It's everybody hates Ray. So I'm gonna set up the next.
Frank, that was a good reference, dude. Hey, I'm gonna give you props for that, dog.
I'm gonna set up the next match. Then I'm gonna be back. Hopefully before you guys are done talking, then I'll give my thoughts on it. But next up, JBL versus Boogeyman. I'm gonna be back in like 2 minutes.
Wow, you're gonna leave us on that. Okay.
Boy.
JBL versus the Boogeyman. Honestly, I can't remember this match. Oh wait, was this the match where he freaking ate that thing off Jillian Hall's face?
This is the storyline with it. Yeah.
Oh God.
Look,
I loved the Boogeyman. He was a great character. I loved him. I loved to play him on SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. I did.
Yeah.
This match, not it. Not it for me, dog. I'm sorry. Tro?
JBL went from defending the WWE title in a triple threat match at the Royal Rumble in 2005 to losing to the Boogeyman in like 5 minutes this year.
Getting worms shoved into his mouth. Yeah.
He's the Boogeyman, and he's coming to get you.
Facts. And he takes that freaking clock and just goes. Psst.
Just don't tell Santino.
Yeah. So Frank, Boogeyman's coming to get your dog.
Yeah, like I said, the undercard on this show just wasn't it, man.
No,
This
and like I was telling Tro, Frank, I loved the Boogeyman character. I thought it was fantastic.
it was.
Playing him in SmackDown vs. Raw 2007.
Yeah.
But this match just wasn't it, dog. This match just wasn't it.
These first three, this is as bad as first three matches as you can get for a pay-per-view, especially one as big as Royal
Hey,
Rumble.
come on, that Cruiserweight title match was good.
No, it was not. No, it was not. I'm sorry. No, I have no interest in that.
Wow.
I'm telling you, the cruiserweight division from 02, 03 is up here. You got some of the best characters in the world, and then it just goes down here. Now it's just we just do cool moves. We're not any characters over here. We're just doing cool flips and shit and blah blah blah. Boring.
Well, you obviously weren't watching Velocity, where the cruiserweights were.
I was watching Velocity, but I'm talking about
Cruiserweight home.
I remember when they put Velocity and Heat on WWE.com as well, by the way. I remember that. They were like,
oh yeah, at this time they were
shows. Also,
that was after.
I remember I saw this video on WWE.com. It was Matt Stryker back before he was a heel, like when he was just debuting in the WWE, and he was doing all these impressions of like Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, the Macho Man, and Cena had. I don't know if you guys remember this. This is a real freaking throwback. John Cena, 5 questions with the champ.
Oh, I don't remember that.
No? Oh, yeah, that was like 05, bro. That was a way back, man.
The reason Heat and Velocity became WWE.com exclusives was because Raw left USA. Raw left Spike and went to USA Network, and that meant, and at the same time, MTV lost Heat, and that meant Spike TV lost Velocity. So Velocity and Heat now had nowhere to go. So WWE was like, we'll just put it on WWE.com. It's the same thing Impact Wrestling did when they first lost the FSN deal. They went on the website and just started airing Impact on their website till they got Spike TV.
If you guys hear noise in the background, that's at my house. I got I got 2 little kids in my house right now, plus my grandma's here, plus my mom, plus the dog. So I mean, you guys all know who Jax is. Jax is just Jax.
Yeah. And he does run-ins on our shows and never brings his opinion. He never brings his opinion.
Facts.
It's like, what the fuck, man?
He walks in,
he's just taking up camera
time, and then walks out.
Just taking up camera time. Yeah. So, hey, look, Velocity was a big part of my childhood, man. Saturday nights, it was Velocity and Confidential. I miss those nights,
dude.
My first couple of years as a fan.
I remember hanging out I used to hang out with my uncle on Saturdays a lot, and we would do fun activities. We would go to like the movies, the mall, store, like Toys R Us. I mean, we did a lot of cool stuff. Country buffet, we did a lot of fun stuff. And then really, guys. Sorry about that. For a
second, I thought you was about to get attacked. Holy shit. Somebody's really doing a run-in now.
Oh, no. But anyway, I remember doing that. And then we come back to his house and hang out till nighttime till my parents came to pick me up. And I would watch Velocity followed by Confidential.
Confidential, man. That's my... I miss that show so much. Hang on one second. I miss that show so damn much, man. Oh, fuck, I knew that was going to happen.
Damn it, Frank.
God, but you're ruining the show. We're live, pal.
Yeah, I'm going to be right back. You guys have to host yourselves. I'll be right back.
I thought I was going to be able to stretch enough to where it wasn't going to fall, but it did. But hang on, I got what I was trying to get. Here we go. Confidential, baby. I miss this show so much. And I wish they put every episode on the network. There's still some missing episodes that are not on the network. at least like 6 episodes or something. I'm not sure, but it's somewhere close to that. There's like 5 or 6 episodes that are missing on the network. But yeah, that's my Saturday nights, man. Velocity and followed by Confidential. Anyway, next segment we have Vince backstage with the Divas again, and Shelton Benjamin comes along to draw his number, and the biggest heel of the night. Who do you think the biggest heel of the night for Royal Rumble '06 was?
I'm not sure.
For me, it was in this segment. It's Mama Benjamin, man.
Oh god.
Because right after, okay, so first thing though, Shelton Benjamin actually promised to Vince McMahon that he was going to eliminate Shawn Michaels. But right after Shelton Benjamin gets his number, Melina comes in. And Shelton Benjamin, shooters got to shoot, right?
Yeah.
Shelton Benjamin's about to, try to get a little action. He about to start talking that talk to Melina, and Mama Benjamin's like, no, let's go. We're at it. We're at it. Mama Benjamin, let the man cook. Shooters got to shoot, man. When we're talking about Melina here, like, damn. The Mama Benjamin, biggest heel of the night in my book for this show.
Yeah.
And then Eminem, my favorite tag team of this era, Eminem,
the greatest
Mercury,
rapper of all time.
Not Chameleon. I didn't say nothing about Chameleon. I said Mercury, Nitro, and Melina.
No, I said the greatest of all time, not the trashiest.
I'm not talking about the trashies. You said the greatest of all time. I told you the greatest of all time.
How is Chameleon the greatest of all time? He's not even top 10 in his own list.
Bro, look him up. Just look him up. That's all I got.
I know him. Riding. I know.
No, I'm not saying. No, Riding was not his only song, bro. Just because that's the only song the radio played doesn't mean it's his only song. Look up those mixtape messiahs.
No.
Look up the Sound of Revenge. Look up Ultimate Victory. Look up what the hell is it called? The album I can't get your mind correct. I forgot for a second. I know what it's called. Get Your Mind Correct. Those classic albums with Paul Wall. Look those up. You'll see. He's way better than Eminem. Not Mercury, Nitro, and Melina.
Big dog. You are big bullshitting big time.
Nah, I'm spitting facts right now.
No, you're spitting straight shit.
Since you left, let me restart here. Who was the biggest heel?
Benjamin had a segment with his mom, or with Melina and his mom. I heard.
No, but yeah, who's the biggest heel of the night for this show for you?
You? No, I'm just kidding.
I wasn't on this show.
I know. I'm talking about this show. No. Gregory Helms. Sorry. I'm sorry, but Gregory Helms.
It's Mama Benjamin. He blocked Shelton. Shelton was trying to shoot. Let the man cook. Shooters got to shoot.
What's he gonna cook? Eggs, bacon, grits.
But anyway, so Eminem comes out, my favorite tag team in this time period, and they say the same thing to Vince, to Mr. McMahon. They promised to eliminate Shawn Michaels. So both Benjamin and Eminem are kissing up to Mr. McMahon. Eminem gets their numbers, and they're like, well, this is what it is, right? They both look at each other like, it is what it is, whatever. So now we get to the Rumble.
Before the Rumble, don't we have a little something?
What happened?
We have the Spirit Squad come out and do their Royal Rumble cheer.
Oh, okay. I see. Hey, I did not see that. Come here. Spirit Squad was great.
We got to run in, guys. Oh, look at this guy. We got to run in. Can you say hi?
Yeah.
He said hi.
Okay, what's his thoughts on the 2006 Royal Rumble? What's his thoughts on the show?
What?
Wow.
What's his thoughts on the show? You always bring people on the show and they never give their opinions. Jax, your nephew
That's
here,
Nathan. That's Nathan.
Nathan, Mama Retro. She never brings anything. She
Dude,
just comes and says
all Mama Retro's got to do is bring her looks.
hi.
Same with Papa Retro. I got good looking parents, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry about it, but
So
if my
Spirit
sister
Squad.
if my sister's ever here when I do a podcast, I'll have her come in and say hi.
Okay. The
I
one that
mean,
looks like Stephanie
you're gonna
McMahon.
have to behave if she comes in to say hi, Frank. You're gonna have to behave.
You said this the one that looks like Stephanie McMahon, right?
No, my aunt. That's my aunt.
Then
My sister doesn't look like Stephanie.
you gotta bring her on. If she really looked like Stephanie, you gotta bring her on.
Well, she doesn't really look like Stephanie now. I mean, back in like 2000, 2001, she did. But
All right. So Spirit Squad did a Royal Rumble cheer.
Yep.
give me an
You was gonna
R,
say-
give me an O, give me a Y. I'm sorry.
That's tremendous. Spirit Squad was great back
Actually,
in the
you guys
day.
want to hear something? I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
know this, but maybe Frank knows. I don't know if Tro knows. I used to be a cheerleader.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
Mm.
I am a 2-time cheerleading national champion. I was on our special Tro. I have cerebral palsy, and I was on the special needs team. And so and the cool thing is, we got to go to places like California and Florida to perform, right? So we went to Anaheim 1 year, and we went to Orlando twice. Because my sister was a cheerleader before me. She went to nationals first, the first year, and then the second year we both went to nationals. First year was Orlando, second year was Anaheim, and then the third and final year for both of us, it was back to Orlando. In that third year, we both took first place, whereas like that year before, she took second and I took first. But the last year we both took first, and we got to compete in Disney World, which is
Cool.
cool. That's pretty cool, right? And
Now that begs the question, though. Now, what year was this that you were doing all this?
the first year was, I guess, 2006. The second was 07, and the third was 2008.
Okay, so you started successfully being a cheerleader in 2006. So
2007.
what?
2007.
Oh, 2007.
That's
Well,
when I
still, the Spirit Squad was still a thing in 07. Why didn't WWE call
they
you and be
weren't.
like, "Hey,
7.
they weren't"?
No.
Well.
They got disbanded in October of 06.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sent back
Well,
to
I was,
AEW.
And then they also
but you
had-
did start. You did start cheerleading in 06, though. You said,
I
right?
did, yeah, like practicing. Yeah.
Okay. Then why didn't WWE hit you up and like, hey, we need a new member for the Spirit Squad, man? We heard you doing your thing cheerleading.
Because
Come through.
because like I said, I was on a special needs team. That's a professional team.
Right.
And I'm not knocking my team. My team was, I had a girlfriend on the team. Bet you all didn't know that. I had a girlfriend on the team.
I know. You told me that story.
Yeah. She was,
Came out.
but when we broke up, we were both. It was very amicable, and we're still friends. And she's a great girl. When we broke up, it was just like, hey, I'm not going to be around anymore. Can we just be friends? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. I was going to ask you if we could be friends too, and which is great. So we were both.
All right, so
let's just be friends. So anyway, go. I'm sorry, personal story. Sorry.
okay, who's gonna start on the Rumble here?
You.
Me? All right.
Comes out.
All right. So Ritu comes out. No, I'm not gonna do that. Well, I'll just say that the important ones.
Like who comes out first, second?
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm I'm just gonna say that Rey Mysterio and Triple H started the match because they're two of the more important parts of the match.
Right.
Triple H had 1, Mysterio had 2. But anyway, so Mysterio ends up winning. Beautiful story here. He wins it by eliminating Orton, who actually came out at 30. And so Randy Orton, if they would have decided to go Orton winning and spoiling Rey Mysterio's night, Randy Orton would have been the first to win the Royal Rumble, entering at 30. But Undertaker ended up doing that the very next year. Yeah. But anyway, so everybody hates on this so much, and I never understand it for so many reasons. For one, everybody's like, oh, Rey Mysterio's too small to be world heavyweight champion, blah, 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 blah. And again, the whole, he only won the Royal Rumble because Eddie Guerrero died. And
Shout out to my
first
dad because he thought both those things.
so first off, oh my gosh. I get the whole thing about I always talk about what I want in pro wrestling is larger than life stars. But you don't have to be gigantic. You don't have to be 7 feet or 6 feet something to be larger than life.
Or
Rey
5
Mysterio Rey Mysterio was a larger than life star. Whether anybody likes that or not. Rey Mysterio had a following. I was talking about this with Bret Hart yesterday. When Bret Hart got his moment and they said, we're going to make you the guy during the new generation era, Bret Hart got over with the kids. It's the same thing with Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio got over with the kids. Everybody, all the little kids was
I
wearing
love
them. Yeah. Hey,
I fell right into that.
hey,
Hey, I'm gonna say this.
hang on. Let me say something. Next Friday, not this upcoming Friday. Next Friday, 20-year anniversary of the first live event I ever attended, June 23rd, 2003 Raw. We were at the Garden. I purchased a plastic Rey Mysterio mask at that show.
We covered that one, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Okay. I was gonna say real quick, and they're gonna come at me in the comments. They're gonna come at me with pitchforks. They're gonna do everything. I'm gonna say this. Rey Mysterio is a bigger legend than Bret Hart.
I think they're on par with each other. Honestly, I don't know if it's I don't know who I would pick in terms of bigger legend. I think they have similarities just from the fact that they got over with the kids. They had a big following with the young audience. Brett going out giving the kids the glasses. You see the kids get all excited. Rey Mysterio had a similarity with that, where later in his career, I don't think he was doing it at this point yet, but later in his career, he would have a pullover mask above the mask that he wrestled with. He would take that off, put it on a kid's head. It was just like Bret Hart. But Rey Mysterio and Bret Hart both had the following with the kids, similar to John Cena, although John Cena took it to another level.
I think Rey had more charisma than Bret.
Maybe.
Yeah. Keep going. Go ahead.
So yeah, where was I? I mentioned that Rey was over with the kids, and the whole thing about he only won just because Eddie Guerrero passed away. What is pro wrestling about? It's all about creating beautiful stories like that. That's what they did. They took something.
Right now. Look at the bloodline. Beautiful story being told.
Maybe I'm not watching, but I'm sure it is.
Oh, dude, dude, no. You need, after this show is over, you need to go to YouTube, go to WWE's YouTube channel, watch that whole bloodline. They have the whole bloodline story from start to where it is, or where it was at that point currently. It's awesome.
But see, hang on. The thing is, I want more than just one great storyline. That's just my bit. Back when I was a kid, they have more than just one great storyline. And I can't. If I'm sitting through a 3-hour show or a 2-hour show, and you only got one great act, why am I gonna watch?
They got a couple good acts.
That's my feeling.
Rhea Ripley, fantastic. Dominic Mysterio getting.
That's what I've seen some of the stuff about with Dominic Mysterio. I'm interested in seeing what Dom's got going on, but still, that's only a couple.
That dude is catching so. That dude just walks out, and people are just like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, I'm sure he is. But that's still not enough.
By the way, I got a question for you, Frank and Tro. Is there such thing as good heat and bad heat in wrestling, or is all good heat?
I don't think all heat, good heat.
Mm-hmm.
Even if somebody wants to say he's got changed the channel heat. No, you still don't like him. If he's a heel, he's got heat.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Yeah. That's his job. Is his or her job, I should say.
What do you think?
I think you can fall into the category of X-Pac heat where you just don't want to watch the person no matter what.
That's what
face or heel.
Mhm.
or Baron Corbin. Like Baron Corbin has go away. He like I don't even want to bother watching this show at this point. I don't care if
Yeah,
you're face or heel. You suck. Your character sucks. I just don't want to watch you.
yeah. I
I
don't
could
watch
not
you.
disagree more on Corbin. I could not disagree more on Corbin.
You like
Corbin's good.
Corbin?
He has
Yeah.
a nice theme and a nice finisher. That's about it for me.
Oh,
Nah, he has the
I
look.
like
He has
that. I
everything.
like that deep six move where he fucking spins and then slams him. That's pretty cool.
He
That's pretty cool
he
move.
has the look of a star, and he's a solid heel.
He is. He's a. I actually enjoy Baron Corbin quite a bit. I think
But hang on,
he's a
because
good hand.
yeah, but we're getting way off because I still haven't finished my thought here.
Well,
Like I was
finish,
saying,
dog.
they took a horrible story, a horrible situation, horrible real life situation
Mm-hmm.
with Eddie Guerrero's untimely passing, and they made a phenomenal story out of it. Did they go a little crazy afterwards with Randy Orton saying Eddie's down there? They did take some ridiculous cheap shots just to get heel heat, which they really did not need to do, especially with a guy like Randy Orton, who's already a phenomenal heel. You do not need to be going over the top like that. But for Ray to win the Royal Rumble that night and then go on to WrestleMania and win the title, beautiful moment. That's what that was. They were creating a beautiful moment. Does that mean Rey Mysterio fit the overall what people see a world champion as? Maybe he didn't, but that didn't mean that for a nice short period of time he was the guy, and there was absolutely nothing wrong with that because they had a great story behind it, and Rey Mysterio had a fan following. This is not like if you took, say, Paul London and made him the world champ just because Brian Kendrick passed away on time. Which Brian Kendrick is still alive, thank God. I'm not saying he isn't, but I'm just saying that
Was
would
Paul
be
London though?
Paul London's alive. What are you talking about?
I
He's
said
alive.
so is Paul London. He
Yeah.
said Brian Kendrick is
Right,
alive.
right, right. But I said that if Brian Kendrick
Yeah, I know,
passed away
but then you
and you
said
put
Brian Kendrick is still alive. Thank God. And I go, yeah. So is
yeah,
Paul
because I
London.
said
Yeah, I
if
know.
Brian Kendrick passed away, I didn't say Paul London passed
Okay,
away.
there's a
But that's what I'm saying.
communication
If
issue there.
this is not like if Brian Kendrick passed away and you put the world title on Paul London.
Yeah.
Or Chavo
You
Guerrero.
know,
I mean,
or Chavo Guerrero. Yeah.
when Owen Hart died, they didn't put the belt on. Like WCW didn't put the belt on Brett when Owen died.
No.
Right, right. But they at least Bret Hart was already established. You know, I'm talking about putting the belt on guys who aren't established. Rey Mysterio was established as a star already. He wasn't world champion yet, but he was established as a star. He had the following with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So there was nothing wrong with putting the world title on. Just because it's called the World Heavyweight Championship doesn't mean
By the way,
you have to be 350 pounds to
when
wear
he
it.
won the World Heavyweight Championship, you know what they called it shortly after? The
What?
world title.
Right.
Yeah,
They
that's true.
took the heavyweight thing. They took the heavyweight thing. They should have called it the world title from beginning. This isn't boxing or MMA, UFC, where you have to be in a certain weight class. This is not that.
Hey
It's
Frank,
a
tell us how you feel
television.
about UFC and MMA.
UFC, MMA, boxing. I'm not a fight fan. That's what I'm not a fight fan.
You're not a fight
I
fan, but
could
you
care
start
less.
fights with me all the time. What are you talking about, bro?
Oh no. We can get it. We can get it. I'm just saying I don't want to. I
Let's
don't
go
watch. I
site.
don't
Let's
watch
go
no
site.
wrestling, but it's on site, bro. Yeah, come on.
It's
It
on
is
site.
definitely
We can
on
throw.
site.
Buddy.
We can throw with Tro.
I'm not throwing hands with Tro. Tro's the homie.
I'll be the special
All right.
guest referee like Trish Stratus was
Yeah,
today.
there you go. There you go. Special
Not
guest
nearly as good
referee.
looking, but that's cool. I got you.
No. Not even today. Trish Stratus today. Oh my
God,
goodness.
dude, Trish Stratus looks fucking amazing, doesn't she?
Trish,
Jesus.
Tori, Stacy. They have no idea what the term age is.
Lita
They
looks
do not
good
age.
for her age.
Lita's okay. I never really was crazy for that,
Man,
but
you
she does look good. But I was
who
never
else look
crazy.
good? You know who else still looks good for their age?
Who?
And I don't know if you remember these names. Gail Kim and Victoria. They still look good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Victoria
they've
knows
had
that.
stuff done to their faces, but I mean,
Victoria was always amazing, man. She
right?
always looked amazing. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, Sunny, on the other hand, man,
Oof.
that is a.
Ooh.
That's
Sunny
fair.
not only doesn't look good anymore, but she just let me tell you something. If I was a wrestling fan in 1995, if I was my age or at least even just a teenager in 1995, I would have the biggest crush on Sunny. I swear.
You were 2, or you were 3, and I was 2 in that.
I was yeah, we were too young. Way too young.
Mm-hmm. By the way, that means that when The Lion King and Toy Story all came out, you were 2 and I was 1. Wait.
Damn.
Wait. Did Toy Story come out? No. Toy Story came out in '95. So Toy Story came out. We were 2 and 3. When Lion King came out, we were
94.
1 and 2.
No, 93 was Lion King?
I used to watch
Lion King came out in
Toy
94.
Story.
94. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I used to watch Toy Story a lot as a kid.
Oh my god.
Toy Story is freaking goated, dog.
I gotta pull that up one day and watch it again because it's been so long.
I have, dude.
That's on. Is that on Disney Plus?
Yeah,
it's got it.
Everything's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I am so glad I have Disney Plus. I have Disney Plus, Peacock, Hulu, Max, HBO Max,
Max. It's Max.
Plus, and Netflix. And
I pretty much have.
I think I have Stars as well.
Yeah, I pretty much have everything that you have,
But
except I also have MLB.
I always struggle to find something to watch on TV, even though I have all 7 of those things. There's nothing on TV to watch.
Yeah. And there's for me, it's always like I don't know what I want to watch because there's so much great stuff on these streaming.
And I watch the same things over and over again. I'll watch that same YouTube clip like 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Yeah.
All right, so Trey,
right now, real quick. Sorry to interrupt, but right now I'm really addicted to these princess rap battles. I love those things. They have
I always see them on your YouTube.
I know you do because we share the same YouTube channel. You fucking
yes.
There's like Dorothy versus Alice, Rapunzel versus Anna. There's Maleficent versus Daenerys. Whoever the fuck Daenerys is from like Game of Thrones, I guess. There's Snow White versus Elsa. Cinderella versus Belle. They're all good. There's an anime one too, but I don't really understand that one because I don't watch anime. Is it anime or video games? I don't really know, but sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, Frank. I'm just rambling.
So, Tro, what do you think of the Rumble match?
Well, I think we're overlooking 3 of the biggest returns in the history of the Royal Rumble. We got RVD back, we got Tatanka, and we got 2006 Goldust right before he left to go to TNA and be Black Reign.
Oh, God, dude.
This is the darkest timeline possible for Mr. Dustin Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
He's overweight. He's doing drugs. He's miserable.
Wait, Tatanka came back at this pay-per-view? I thought he came back in like a
while.
No,
he came back.
I'm thinking of Animal from Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
He teamed up with like Heidenreich.
Matt Hart. Oh, yeah.
Tatanka teamed up with Matt Hardy the following month at No Way Out.
Yeah.
You remember Heidenreich, that theme song?
Yeah.
Heidenreich. And he did like poetry to Michael Cole. God.
I thought overall it was a good match, good story. I liked that towards the end it was kind of a evolution reunion with Triple H and Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Just destroying Rey Mysterio, and then the cocky Randy Orton thinking, "Oh, I've got this in the bag." Ray's out cold. And then the look of shock, like, "Oh my God, God damn it!"
Right.
I'm gonna wish death upon this man.
This is one of those rare rumbles where the first 2 entrants make the final 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just like 99.
That happened in 07.
Yeah, 07. Yeah. Didn't Undertaker and Shawn? No.
Started 08 and finished 07.
Shawn, but Shawn was one of the openers in 07, I think. He was one of the 2, right?
He was an early one, but he wasn't the
Taker came out number 30, and I think Shawn came out number 1.
Yeah, I know Taker came out 30, yeah. And
I think
Shawn
came out number 1.
So who came out 2? Who came out 2 that year?
Either Carlito or Ric Flair.
Oh, then no, they there's no way that they were in the final four. Flair, Carlito, I don't think so.
No, they got eliminated pretty quickly.
Yeah, yeah.
And by the way, I'm not sure if I ever shared this on this channel, Frank. Maybe you know this. Tell me if you do. I share a lot of stuff on this channel, so there's a good chance that Frank knows. When Ric Flair retired, there's a funny.
Yeah, you told
story.
me this story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell Tro because I don't know if Tro knows. But
I'll be right back.
retirement ceremony that he did the next day on Raw. Tro.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had at that time in 08, I lived in this huge house, and it had like a loft, and then it had like the main level, and then it had the basement level. And at the time, my grandma, who's here right now, she was living with us. She was staying in our basement. And before you say anything, our basement was like a mini apartment, okay? It had 2 bedrooms, a family room, a bathroom, everything down there, right? And she was living with us, and we had a golden retriever named Rocky. And when Ric Flair retired, I was watching upstairs, right? And I was mocking everybody. I was crying. I'm like, oh yeah, boo hoo, where? And my sister had texted me, hey, come let Rocky out. He's downstairs in the basement with me and Grandma. He's got to go pee, right? I'm like, okay. So I I go down to the basement. Somewhere between the loft and the basement, the fake tears they became fucking real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, boo hoo 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 hoo, and all of a sudden I get to the basement, like, come on, Rocky, and I'm trying to keep it together. And my grandma's like, sweetie, what's wrong? And I'm like, and I lost my shit. I'm like, Ric Flair's done, he's retired. I lost it.
You know, I was at that WrestleMania when he lost.
Yeah.
One of the most traumatic experiences of my life because I was just crying hysterically. I was like, no, Ric Flair, no.
I'm like,
God damn you, Shawn Michaels, damn you to hell.
Right. I'm like, wait, how did that happen? We're like, I'm looking back, thinking about it. I'm like, how did that happen where I'm fake crying and then I'm real crying by the time I get downstairs? Like, I don't even understand that. But it's just a funny story. I tell that all the time. So, yeah.
All right, Christian, your thoughts on the Rumble?
It was a great Rumble. I thought that Rey Mysterio winning was a good call. I called it. And when he won, I looked at Dad. I'm like, told you. And and Dad just looks at me. He just rolls his eyes like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, he's like, well, he's not going to win at WrestleMania. You know that, right? He's not going to. I'm like, okay, bet. And he did. But, I like the Rumble match. I thought that they could have showcased Bobby Lashley a bit better. Because to my recollection, all they did was like he came in, did a couple things with a couple people, and then he got chokeslammed out of the ring by Kane and Big Show.
Yeah.
So I mean, I thought Lashley could have been treated a bit better, like a bit bigger star. But beyond that, I mean, it was a great Rumble. I liked it a lot.
Right. It really was. So afterwards, backstage, Mickey James thanks Trish for doing the right thing. Trish says she did what she had to do, and Mickey James says she loved that. Oh, it's because they love each other. Mickey James exits, leaving Trish flabbergasted. Anyway, after that, you have Dean Malenko, Chavo, and Chris Benoit congratulate Rey on his Royal Rumble win. And then Edge and Lita interrupted and run Mysterio down. Get a little heel heat for Edge.
Bro, that lesbian angle with Trish and Mickey was fucking goated.
the kiss under the infamous kiss under the mistletoe.
Yeah. Or when Mickey at WrestleMania goes,
yeah.
I was like,
yes. So much.
Imagine a woman's.
Hang on, Joe. What?
I said Vince apparently was very, very pissed off about that.
Okay. I thought you said I hated it so much. I'm like,
no.
What?
I mean, I was young, so I didn't even know what the hell that meant. So.
Yeah.
I was 8. So.
Imagine a woman's match today with something like that. Imagine that.
Man, that would be fun. Oh God, bro.
Yeah, it might be fun, but they ain't gonna get away with it.
Dog, yo,
Rhea
wait
Ripley.
a minute, that could actually be good. Tiffany Stratton and freaking Roxanne Perez, dude.
Yeah, I don't know if WWE can get away with something like that, no matter who it is.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, because
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Not saying that it would be a bad thing. I'm just saying they wouldn't get away with it today. So,
yeah, because you may have a bunch of people coming for their necks, like, oh my god, it's so offensive. Because
Think
everybody,
of the children.
right, thinking it. Look, this is not a political statement that I'm about to make. Okay, but I'm going to say everybody is so easily offended these days. It's ridiculous.
I'm offended that you think people get easily offended.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, there's this channel I watch called Tribe Reacts. Shout out to Dwayne TV because he does that channel also. Tribe Reacts does a lot of stuff about people getting offended, and it's like you have the right, or you don't have the right to be offended by the things that I say. And I think, and you do have the right to be offended by the things that people say. But my thing is, look, just because you don't like something, and this goes with wrestling too. There are people that don't like WWE, and there are people that don't like WWE. Or I mean, that again. People who don't like
AEW.
People
WWE,
don't like
people who don't like AEW, that Pepsi be hitting boy. But people who don't like WWE, people who don't like AEW. And that's fine. This is my thing. We can agree to disagree on things and still be friends, still communicate respectfully. Look at me and Frank. We don't agree on everything. Do we communicate respectfully? Yeah, Jay. Jay is like, look, everything with Jay is like an argument. I feel like.
Yeah.
Right, Frank? You see what I'm saying?
Jay wants me so badly to watch today's product. Like anytime I even start thinking about watching something from today, he's waiting. He's waiting for me to give my opinion. It's which I think is cool, but it's like, calm down. I'm not watching everything today.
Current day product, as long as it's WWE, because see, he doesn't like AEW.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like AEW, which is cool. You don't have to like AEW. But if you don't like something, why make comments about it? I don't really watch football. I don't really like football. Do I make comments on football? No. Same with basketball. Although I do support the home team, go Nuggets, But I don't watch that stuff, so I can't really comment on who is the best quarterback or the passing forward or passing backward or whatever. I don't. Or
best quarterback. Hold on, I got you. You can't do it, but I got you. Hold on 1 second. I got you. Real quick. Best quarterback. Right here, baby. Oh, hold on. Right here, baby. Best quarterback.
Huh. That doesn't.
Fields. Okay.
That doesn't look like a Daniel Jones jersey to me.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're a Giants fan. What's with that jet thing there? I thought you was about to say Rodgers because I see that jet thing.
Yeah, it's just a jet locker thing that I've had for a while.
Okay, but see.
Oh, okay.
I don't follow football, so I can't comment on that. So I'm not going.
By the way, since you brought up Daniel Jones, thanks for sticking with Daniel Jones and giving us this pick. Thank you very much. He wouldn't be ours if it wasn't for you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for sucking like 2 years ago and giving us a few draft picks.
Yeah, I hope so badly that the Panthers have the worst record in the league, so we can trade that number 1 overall pick again.
But Frank,
get as many picks as we can.
I'm going to say something very rarely that I ever say, but Frank, you were right last time, my friend.
Oh my god!
About
because last time I said we could do it, and you said we.
I told you this. I was telling you this last year about the Avalanche, bro. If you're not a fan of the sport, you can't say we when you're talking about a team.
Technically right
because you don't have a team.
Right about that. I'm going to give you your props. You are technically right about that, and that's how you know the Pepsi is hitting. When I tell you you're right about something, but because you know it ain't Pepsi. But no, I'm just saying, if somebody doesn't like something, that's okay. You can like
Yeah.
it. You can dislike it. I don't
Right.
I don't like salad. My parents, they love salad. I don't like stuff on my burger. I don't like the lettuce. I don't want the tomato. I don't want the pickles. I don't want the onions. I don't want any of that. Just give me a slab of meat, maybe some cheese, 2 buns. I'm good to go. When I get my fries, keep them unsalted. That's just me. It's just my opinion. That's the thing. You can have your own opinion. It doesn't have to be a fight every goddamn time.
Like even me, like I really don't watch the current product, but I don't bash it. People will say I bash it all the time. At least
You don't
Jay
even
will.
watch it, so
Jay's
you're
like
gonna bash it.
you bash it, and you don't even watch it, bro. I'm just giving the reasons why I don't watch.
Right.
I'm not saying it's horrible. I'm just saying why I don't watch it.
It's
It
not for
could
you.
be it could be great. It's not for me, exactly. It's not for me, plain and simple.
Yeah. So anyway, what's next?
But Jay, when I say hold on, but when with Jay, when you say anything in negative, even if it's I'm not a fan of this stuff, Jay will go crazy because it's WWE and he has to defend WWE in every way.
Yep.
He's
Anyway.
probably not he's probably not gonna like what I have to say overall about this show.
I don't care. I don't like what he has to say some of the time. My posts. I do the. Do you see my PSA posts sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes I see you got unpopular opinion posts
Yeah,
and
unpopular. What's the key word? What's the key word?
Opinion.
Opinion. Yeah.
Exactly. They're my opinions. I don't like Game of Thrones. I don't like Breaking Bad. I don't like Seinfeld. My opinions.
So I'm planning on binging Seinfeld soon.
Frank.
I watched Seinfeld as a kid.
Okay. Frank likes Charmed.
And hey.
No, I'm not even dissing you on that.
No, I know you're not dissing me. I'm just gonna say, hang on. Right there. Still missing season 6 and 7, but I'm gonna get it at some point.
But there you go. See, he's a Charmed fan. Me personally,
prayers for Shannon Daughtery, by the
facts,
way.
I will agree with that.
Currently going through.
I love Modern Family. I love Family Guy. I love NCIS Los Angeles. I'm sad that show ended. I love NCIS. I love Law and Order. Well, I don't love SVU much, but I like SVU just fine. I like Chicago PD. I like Chicago Fire. I like Chicago. Well, not so much Med, but Fire and PD are pretty decent. I like those kinds of shows. I like Blue Bloods.
I thought I've seen you a post where you said like Friends is overrated. Was that you, or maybe I was seeing somebody else? This was a while back, even before I started.
It could have been me. I don't remember making a post about Friends, but it could have been me. I could have been drunk.
It might be. I love Friends. This is my favorite sitcom.
Yeah, I think we talked about Friends. We both liked it.
We did.
Yeah,
we've been talking about it ever since.
And just because you like something doesn't mean it can't be overrated.
Right, I agree. No, yeah, I get that too. Because when you say overrated, that means the overall opinion of the masses. So if somebody like me feels like it's the greatest sitcom of all time, and a lot of people, not just me, but a lot of people feel that way, you might like the show, but you might disagree on greatest sitcom of all time, and that's how you can come to the conclusion.
And I enjoy How I Met Your Mother as well.
Yeah. How did you meet her?
So it's a funny story. So we were at a bar, and I was drinking a Blue Moon, and I saw her from just a couple tables away from me, and my friends were with me, and they're like, "Christian, go shoot your shot. Go shoot your shot." And I said, "I'm good, bro.
Shoot or shoot. Let the man cook. Let him cook."
After like 5 minutes of freaking convincing me, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Do I take a sip of beer? I take a sip of Blue Moon, which is beer, I guess. And I walk over there. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, I'm good. How are you? I'm like, I'm great. I'm like, you having a good time tonight? Yeah. So what's your name? Melissa. Okay, I'm Christian. Nice to meet you.
Whoa. My mom's name is my sister's name? What the hell?
We're talking about your sister. I made her a mom. So
you said How I Met Your Mother. I asked you, so how did you meet my
name?
mom? My mom's name is Judy.
Okay. I asked her, I'm like, what's your name? She's like, Judy. I'm like, okay, well, I'm Christian. Nice to meet you. And she's like, yeah, you too. I'm like, you from around here? She's like, no, I'm from Queens. I'm like, oh, what are you doing here in Denver? Oh, I'm just here for vacation. I'm like,
I
oh,
don't think my mom. I don't think my mom has ever been to Denver.
shut up, Frank. You're ruining the bit. Let me cook.
All right, we got to move on though. We got to move on though. So next up, Cena, Edge. Edge is champ for the title, and who's gonna go first?
Tro, you're the guest.
Go ahead, Tro.
Cena had a pretty cool entrance this time around.
Yes.
He came down from the ceiling with confetti, and Edge just came out normal with Lita.
They spoiled the outcome right away.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Cena gets the WrestleMania entrance, and Edge gets a normal entrance.
He gets a WrestleMania.
They should have just
Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
They should have just gave. They should have just gave the Edge. They should have just gave Edge the hometown. How you say it? I don't want to use the J word.
Hometown crowd.
No, not hometown.
No.
Well, they should just gave Edge the entrance where he's just already in the ring. That's how.
The hometown loser, not loser.
Essentially, yeah. I don't want to use there's the J word. I don't want to use that word.
The hometown.
It's something home. It's local guy essentially. The local guy.
Okay.
Yeah, they should have just gave Edge the local guy entrance where he's already in the ring. If they're gonna do that for Cena, and Edge gets a normal entrance.
And Edge was like, "I'm not gonna be a transitional champion. I'm not gonna be a transitional champion. Look at all the ratings that I'm bringing in. Come on!" And then Edge goes on to tap out to John Cena because, LOL, Cena must win.
Facts. And that's the thing is like Cena wins. Yeah, Cena wins. You want to know why? Because Cena brings in the money.
The guy.
He brings in the fame.
Guy.
He's the guy. Brings in the ratings, even though ratings don't freaking matter in wrestling. But
and Edge tapping out in the middle of the ring to John Cena was not going to end his run, and it didn't. It's plain as everybody thinks that just because a guy loses and a guy loses clean in the middle of the ring to somebody that it's going to kill their career, and it didn't. Edge went on. Edge is still going today as one of the bigger stars in the company, and that's the thing. As long as you have writers who know what to do with a guy, he can tap out to the biggest star in the company in the middle of the ring and still be fine. You have to have writers who can write for him and know what they're going to do next for him. And with Edge, he went right into a big feud with Mick Foley for WrestleMania. And I'll say this, when it comes to WrestleMania, I think everybody wanted Edge to main event WrestleMania. I don't think Edge was in that point in his career where he was ready to be the WrestleMania main eventer.
No, not
John
yet,
Cena.
That WrestleMania 22 match with Edge made him ready.
Yeah.
With Foley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no problem with this match. I think this is a very good match. Edge losing did not hurt him in any way. No. You lose a fake fight, it's not going to destroy you unless you have a writer who's going to be like, my gosh, how do I follow up with this guy? I can't do nothing with him. We got to push him to the side. That's what's going to kill a wrestler. If the creative has nothing for you thing happens, that's how a wrestler can get destroyed. Creative had plenty to do with Edge, and they were right to, because he was one of the bigger acts in the company at the time.
Facts.
And they found something perfect for him afterwards.
Listen to Frank here. He's spitting straight up facts right now, bro. He
tapped out in the middle. He tapped out in the middle of the ring. I guess that meant that Vince McMahon should just came out with a gun and shot him, because that was it. The horse was dead. The horse was on one leg. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take you behind the barn, Edge.
Sorry about this, boy.
God damn it, pal. You suck. You tapped out in the middle of the ring. I'm gonna take you behind that woodshed.
Hey, Edge.
Um,
Hang on, Edge. You're fire.
that's it. He tapped out in the middle of the ring. Oh my gosh, the 411 Mania guy.
He tapped out. No, I'm sorry.
And that helps. That can help a heel too. That you tapped out chant. Look what Brock did after SummerSlam '03 when he tapped out to Angle, and they started using that chant on him, and Brock was going crazy, like, "No, I didn't." Blah blah. Blah, no, I did. That can work for a heel. That you tapped out chant. You know, use that for a heel.
You can.
So, any more thoughts on this? Oh, first, before I finish that, 411 Mania guy gave us 2.5 stars. I'm sure he didn't like Edge tapping out in the middle of the ring. This was not 2.5. This was phenomenal. Great match. If it wasn't for the Rumble, go ahead.
It wasn't the best Cena Edge match because
No, definitely not.
We would have many more, but
Yes.
I think this was like the
many more.
First like feeling out process of them like saying like, okay, this is we're gonna catch our legs eventually, because later on, and of course later in the year they have more feuds, and this is the feud that really establishes John Cena as like, okay, you know what, this guy is a mainstay. He can handle this. Triple H couldn't really do the things that Edge could do for Cena.
I think if I were to look at all of their matches, they had a lot that year. Just 06.
Yeah.
Including the few minutes where Edge cashed in, because that was phenomenal. That had a lot of drama, that match. I'd probably put that match second. The match I'd put first for them in 06 would be their Unforgiven match. They tore shit down that night.
That was a good match.
Yes.
I don't
and Ed and yeah, that was, to me, that was their best match. But this match was still pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Especially for a first time where it's like we're going 10, 13 minutes, you know, because the New Year's resolution match was only about 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes tops.
Yeah.
But for a first time match for them, they did pretty damn well.
For the first time in forever. No, I'm sorry. What movie was that? What movie was that?
First time, I have no idea.
Frozen.
I didn't watch Frozen. I haven't watched Frozen.
Bro. You're a bitch, Frank, but go ahead.
So is that it? Any more thoughts on the
no,
match?
I think we're good.
Okay, so after that, we have
I gotta take a leak.
Edge.
Right back.
Edge storms off in an interview, and with Todd Grisham and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan, of course, calls Lita ho.
He's like, courtesy of John Cena, I have a message for you, Lita. Ho! Yeah, because it's funny because Lita cheated on Matt Hardy, therefore she deserves all the hatred and visceral that she gets forever.
Right. So, and of course, if you haven't realized, we've covered the Royal Rumble match already, and we've gone through one match, and there's still another match left. And there's a very good reason for why the Royal Rumble was not a main event. And we're going to find out at the end of this match. World Heavyweight title. Kurt Angle is the champ, and the world's strongest man, not Francisco Alvarez. This is only 2006. Sorry, Mark Henry. You no longer are the world's strongest man. Big boy Francisco Alvarez, number 4, taking over. How many home runs does Mark Henry have this year?
0. He's sitting at AEW doing commentary.
Right, and Francisco Alvarez has 12 more than him.
Mm-hmm.
Strongest man alive, number 4. But so Kurt Angle versus the 2006 world's strongest man, Mark Henry, for the World Heavyweight title. What's your thoughts on this?
Wow, what a convoluted, interesting story this is, because we go from Kurt Angle at New Year's Revolution saying that he doesn't like the black people, and that he wants to make Jesus tap out, to winning.
Hey, wait a minute. If he made Jesus tap out, that means Jesus is buried. He's no longer a big star. That's it. He tapped out in the middle of the ring.
Even if Jesus is buried, he'll come back 3 days later. So I mean,
that's true.
That's true. Well, I guess Edge is Jesus because he came back right away.
But
folks, you heard it here from Frank. Edge is Jesus. I want you to clip that.
Jesus is buried with Frank.
No, there's only one God. I'm just joking.
Are you Frank?
And he lost to Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon at Backlash.
Oh God,
he got buried too. His career's over.
He didn't get buried.
No,
he took his ball and left mid-match.
It's first pay-per-view.
Bro, why do you gotta bring that up, bro? Come on, man.
First, his pay-per-view debut, and he not only loses the match, but he walks out. That talk about a career killer. And Creative had nothing for him after. Where was he at Vengeance 06? That was the next Raw pay-per-view. Where was God at Vengeance 06? Creative had nothing for him. They buried him, man.
But yet all the legends, they praise him in their Hall of Fame speech. So really, he had an impact on the wrestling business. Maybe we shouldn't be talking about this like God. Maybe you shouldn't be talking like this about God.
I'm doing it just to make fun of the internet fans who love talking about guys getting buried every time they lose.
Okay. But yeah, Kurt Angle wins the Battle Royal because Batista's hurt.
Batista is down. Batista is down.
His little knee is having a bit of a problem there, so he has to relinquish the title. Kurt wins it despite being on Raw, because I guess that was just a thing then. He had Daivari. Daivari screwed him over, so now Daivari's with Mark Henry for whatever reason.
Hey, imagine if like Nydia, I don't even know if Nydia was on SmackDown in 06. Who was on SmackDown for the women's division in 06? Melina.
Melina. Yes,
Melina.
I
think she was about to
beaten Trish
the whole woman
for the Raw Women's title at Survivor Series.
Oh, I would have loved it. I've always had a crush on Melina. I was lucky enough to meet Melina only 2 months after this show.
Did you get a boner?
I got her autograph at least.
Where was that? Where'd you get that autograph?
Sunrise Mall in Long Island. I think it's no longer around. Oh my
God, Frank. What? We went to the same place. That was
you
my
were there that
night? I was there.
You were there? So
yeah,
this was Yes, that's it. Holy shit. Oh, the go home. So the go home SmackDown to WrestleMania 22 aired that night.
Yes.
The same night? Yes. Holy shit. We were there.
We didn't even know.
I wasn't.
Well, you're not a New Yorker. You don't deserve the stuff that we get. You know, the great prizes.
You don't deserve what we get. We're gonna get to
snow every day.
Bitch. Fuck you.
Well, the Thunder are gonna have way more NBA finals in the coming years than
congratulations. You want a circle jerk about that?
I can't believe you were there. Holy shit. That is crazy.
Frank,
did you get Batista?
Frank, do you know who else was there?
Who? Right there. Did you get Batista's autograph?
I got a photo of Batista and he didn't smile in it, and his autograph.
Oh wow.
He looked miserable to be there.
Well, yeah, because he had to deal with you. No, just kidding.
I only got Melina's autograph, and it is hanging on my wall right above a picture of Jeff McNeil.
Hey, this Pepsi that means the roasts are coming, boys.
I can't believe you were there. That is fucking great. Sunrise Mall is gone now, right?
It's still up, but I don't think there's any story left in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I remember seeing something about it closing down.
The only mall left from my childhood is the Flatirons Mall, and that mall is pretty cool. That's my favorite mall, to be honest. Like that mall has like a Build-A-Bear. It has an Apple store. That food court's amazing. It has like a whole bunch of really. It has a Dick's Sporting Goods store. I love me some Dick's. Hey, I saw a commercial the other day from that store, Dick's, and it said, "Get your father some Dick's for Father's Day this year." That's just like, yo. So yeah, I mean, hey, don't knock Dick's, bro. Dick's is great.
So I still can't believe you were there that night. But anyway, do you have more opinions, or are you done on this match?
I think we're good.
I think we're
No, I'm talking about Pro.
Oh.
I'm talking about Pro. You're good. Okay, so what's your opinion? I'll go.
Cool. I liked at the ending the freaking Undertaker comes out and he has like the lightning bolts hit the ring and the ring just collapses. That was
that's why
the match for me.
That's as we were saying. The Rumble didn't go on last that night, and that is why you can't have a Royal Rumble after you destroy the ring.
Well, hold on. What's stop? If anything, it'd be easier to eliminate people now.
Yeah, that's true. You don't have to go over top rope. You just go out of the ring.
Yeah. But hey, both feet hit the floor. That's
both feet must hit the floor. Actually, you might be able, if the ropes are still like hanging right under the apron, if they try to push you out, you just hold on to the ropes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
So for me, you got more to say?
No, I'm good.
Okay, yeah, for me, there's not much to say about this match. It really wasn't that great. Now, yeah, like you said, the moment with Undertaker coming out doing the lightning and destroying the ring, that was cool, definitely. But the match itself wasn't that great.
I was there live on a Raw one night when they had like the Undertaker and Kane interrupt the Brothers of Destruction, and they had like a lightning bolt strike and the freaking pyro going off. And I was there live for that Raw. That was pretty cool. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, so this wasn't that great of a match. It really wasn't. And this show, without the Royal Rumble match and without Cena and Edge, this would be a complete skip. Mm-hmm. I'd have to give this about like a 5.5 out of 10 if I had to.
I think the post Undertaker stuff was so cool because it's the only time that they really played into the whole theme of the show again. Because I think they had like Undertaker come out on a chariot with 2 black horses. There was there was Druids.
That was the 4 horse.
John.
That was the 4 horsemen. Wait, John Moxley was at that show?
Yeah, he was.
I know he was at WrestleMania 20.
He was
one of the Druids at WrestleMania 20. He was on this night too.
Yep. And Undertaker does a little lightning like.
I didn't know any of that. What the fuck?
You didn't know John Moxley was at WrestleMania 20?
No.
Yeah, he was one of the Druids at WrestleMania 20. Just like CM Punk was at WrestleMania 22. He was one of the gangsters in Cena's entrance.
Yes, technically CM Punk main event in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
He was there.
Don't tell him. He can't.
Don't tell him that. If he technically can't bitch about it. Yeah. So I remember the one thing I remember telling. Now I did not see the show the night of, but I've read like Lords of Pain. Lords of Pain was my site to go to on pay-per-view nights, and I remember telling my teacher about this because I had a teacher at school who's a big wrestling fan. So I was telling him the story of how Undertaker came out and did the lightning bolts and everything, and he told me, "Oh, well, that's the story of the 4 horsemen." I was like, "What are you talking about? Ric Flair and all?" He's like, "No, not that 4 horsemen." But so that's what Undertaker was doing there. It was the like a 4 horsemen thing, the real 4 horsemen.
Although Undertaker in 2006 coming out with the original 4 horsemen, you see Ric Flair there, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard.
It would make absolutely no sense. Like, what the hell?
Oh my God, the Undertaker has the 4 horsemen. What do they do?
Undertaker, Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard.
What do they do?
Imagine the Undertaker in the 4 horsemen. He probably would have been pretty solid.
Yeah. Well, he would be Mean Mark Calloway in the 4 horsemen because he'd be in WCW. He would have had to stay.
Why can't he be nice, Mark Calloway? Why's got to be mean?
Because he's a heel. he can't be. If he's a baby face, he's nice Mark Calloway.
Yeah, you're right.
The Four Horsemen were heels in the '80s, weren't they?
Yeah.
So he would still have to be mean Mark
But
Calloway.
yeah, but in the
He could have been
'90s,
educated.
Ooh,
in the '90s,
and
they were baby faces.
yes, but this would be the '80s. Well, then he would turn to babyface Mark Calloway, good, nice Mark Calloway in the '90s. Yes,
Very, very,
you know,
very
in that.
annoyed. Mean Mark. Very, very, very annoyed. Mark Calloway. Inconvenient.
so in the '80s, the Horsemen were feuding with Sting, so we would have gotten the big dream match: Sting, Mean
We
Mark.
technically did
It
get
would-
that match, I believe.
Yes,
We did get
yes,
that.
but it wasn't like a big pay-per-view match, was it? It was like, wasn't it like a?
No,
a
but it was like a throwaway
yeah.
match. But it was still
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean?
But if
Kinda
if
like-
Mean Mark was in the Horsemen and the Horsemen are feuding with Sting, this could have been a big pay-per-view match.
It's kind of
He was
like if
such an idiot back then.
it's kind of like when Austin and Hogan had a match. They did have a match. It wasn't a singles match, but it was a match. It was a handicap match.
Yeah.
Hogan in the
Right,
NWO versus Austin and The
And-
Rock. But
Hogan
work
versus
for me, brother.
Austin should have. Hogan versus Austin should have happened, man. Talking about the two greatest in the history of the company, man. History of the business, not even the company.
one other thing that should have happened was Brock versus Stone Cold.
Yeah.
I mean,
But then we've said so you've brought up the term "take your ball and go home" like 2 times already in this show, and that's where that came from.
yeah.
Vince
that
told
confidential
Rock.
episode.
No, it was on a Raw. Vince told Rock to go out and say Austin took his ball and
Oh.
went home. Yeah, that was a promo when Rock returned from doing a movie. He came, I think it was like a one-night appearance where he came out and
I
said,
think he was a
Austin.
champion.
Oh yeah, he was a champion at that time, but I think he was returning from something. I don't know what it was.
It's probably
And
from
I think he had been. It probably was. But it wasn't a one-night appearance. You're right, because he was champ at the time. He came out, cut a promo. What?
He was fighting for the championship because I
Right,
believe
the Vengeance,
he wanted
the
it back.
Vengeance triple threat.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
That's one of the greatest triple threats of all time. That triple that Rock, Undertaker,
Kurt Angle.
and Kurt Angle. Yeah, that phenomenal.
It was.
And he came out and cut a promo at the end of this respective night. And at some point, he mentioned Austin, and he said, "Well, you know what? Austin can take his ball and go home." That's where that saying came.
Stone Cold's name out your fucking mouth.
So I've given
Stone
my
Cold's name out your fucking mouth. I'm sorry.
So I've given my out of 10 review. I give us a 5.5 out of 10. Not really a great show in my opinion. What do you guys give it?
Tro, you first.
Well, I'm gonna let nostalgia make the judgment and say it was probably about 7 because I enjoyed
Okay.
the cruiserweight match, I enjoyed the Rumble match, and the goofy stuff to end the show was pretty fun.
I think I'm actually have to agree with Tro. No, I'm going to go one below and say 6.5. It was a great, it wasn't a great show. I mean, you had matches like, Mickey versus Ashley, which, I mean, come on. By the way,
Yeah, the Cruiserweight Open,
No,
JBL.
the Cruiserweight match was good. The
Nah.
WWE title match was good. The Rumble match was good. Everything else was, I'd say about a 6.5.
For me, it's the.
But I was going to say real quick, my sister's name happens to be Ashley. So
Cool.
mhm, but
For
she's
me,
supposed
it's
her name,
the.
she's supposed her name
Go ahead.
ASAGH. But
For me, it's the match wise, the WWE title, the Rumble match. That's about it. And yeah, the stuff at the end was cool with Taker and
Yeah.
Kurt Angle. That was cool.
But-
So now, my turn to pick. I did mention that I had a show in mind before you brought up that crazy segment with the lie detector, and I was thinking about possibly changing my mind. And what I've decided, I will change my mind. And the show that I was thinking about going into this will be the show I choose after your next pick. But my next pick, the show that we're going to do next, will be the lie detector episode of SmackDown in 2003 with Vince McMahon, Mr. McMahon, and Mr. America. I'm not sure the date, but I'll have to look that up. It was May of 2003.
Yep.
Lie detector segment, one of the funniest segments of that whole year. And I don't know what you're going to choose yet, but after you
Well,
choose,
I'm gonna give my pick
after
next
we,
for my choice. I'm gonna give my choice next. So
yeah, go ahead, and then I'll tell you what I was
okay,
thinking
so
about. Yeah.
this is the Retro Bros podcast, and I understand that we cover past
Okay.
shows, past being at least
Right.
10 years, right?
Past being, well, 10 years would be 2013. I'm not crazy about 2013, man. I don't know.
What year is your
Ugh.
cutoff? What's your cutoff year?
My cutoff year is pretty much the year we're doing right now. 06.
2006.
Anything after 06, I'm really
Well,
not
you know,
interested
we
in.
discussed it, so let's just get it over with. We're gonna do. You want to do Royal Rumble 07?
Oh, Royal Rumble 7, I'm cool with. Yeah, I'm cool with
Okay,
that.
we're
Yeah,
gonna do the Royal Rumble 2007. That's my pick. So
that's your
we're gonna
time
do the
period,
SmackDown
Tro.
Night
So
Heat
you
shows.
coming?
What's the date? What's the date?
It's. I'll have to look it up. It's May of 03. I'll have to look up the
Okay,
actual
May of
date.
03. So we're gonna do May of 03 SmackDown first, and then I'm gonna go 07. Uh, shit. Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble. Now, hold on. Tro, you did say you're our Ruthless Aggression era correspondent. Both of the shows we picked are Ruthless Aggression.
Are you
Hmm.
down to
So,
join us for both?
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
Or at least, okay. All right.
Oh, 03 wasn't
And
my
now,
time period, but I do watch it. So
Okay.
yeah, then great. Okay, so I
Awesome.
don't know if you'll be here. You probably won't be here for the show I pick after that because we're going back to the Attitude Era
Oh,
and
fuck
a
you.
great ass Raw episode at the Georgia Dome, October 11th.
Was that the
I
night
was
the
about to.
DX invaded?
No, 1999. And
Oh,
the DX invasion was in April of 98. We will definitely cover that episode
no,
someday.
for sure, for sure.
But October 11th, 1999, I believe the main event match wise would be, I think Triple H in China took on JR and Stone Cold. And off the top, you of course hear JR, you think, oh my gosh, this is going to be terrible. Bro, the crowd at the Georgia Dome that night
Oh no,
was
people love
fucking
JR.
insane.
No.
Oh, but not just for JR, but just in general. And it made that match. When people say the Attitude Era did not have great matches, this match is one. But the problem is that match didn't have enough arm bars and 450 splashes and shooting star presses. This match
Hey,
was great. And the
you
crowd,
forgot the Shooting Star 450
the
Swanton.
450,
7
the,
off the top rope.
yeah, the
That move
450 into
that
the
move could actually be
1280.
impressive to watch. Just like a
If somebody
450
could
into a
pull that
Shooting
off,
Star into
man,
a Swanton. I'm not sure if that's possible.
you'd have to start in like the
Or
clouds to hit
or
that.
do the Swanton first, and then you go into the 450, and then you go into the Shooting Star. That'd be a really cool move.
You'd still have to start up like in the clouds.
You guys
You'd have
remember
to get
in
that
the
move
wrestling?
tight.
You guys remember in the wrestling games when you could create your finishers?
Yep.
I remember those.
Yeah,
Those were
yeah.
fun as heck. I liked those. I used to make like the coolest finishers. I made one where like it looked like it was like the Widow's Peak, but then she brought her down, so it was like a face buster. It's awesome.
Right.
One more quick
So
little
next,
thing. One quick little
go
thing
ahead.
on this Rebel show. It just so happened to have taken place in Miami.
Me.
That year, the Miami Heat went on to win the NBA title.
That's right. The
Fast
first
forward
time
to
they,
this year,
But
the Heat are back in the finals,
yes,
but they're going to lose.
but they're gonna get their butts whooped because they've already gotten their butts whooped countless times by the Nuggets. Denver, baby.
that was their first two championships were against the Dallas
By
Mavericks.
the way, by the way, by the way,
Yep.
by the way. WWE did a match. I don't know if you guys remember this match. Frank,
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't because it happened in like 2009, 2010. But they did
I
a
might
match.
if it was on a pay per view.
It was on a Raw.
Okay.
They did like a match. So the story is like they booked Pepsi Center for a show,
Oh yeah, I remember this.
but
Yeah,
they couldn't get the but the Nuggets were playing that night here, so they had to go to the Lakers. So they made the Lakers the baby faces and the Nuggets the heels, and I was just like,
that
that's so offensive.
That was the night
that match,
That match
Kennedy.
pissed me the fuck off. I'll be
Yep.
honest.
That's the match that
That match also that match also pissed Randy Orton off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fired.
Why are the Nuggets the bad guys? What did we do wrong?
Because they're in LA. That's who the Nuggets are. Stop saying we. You're not a fan. You're not a basketball fan.
Hey, fucking
Stop
LA.
saying we.
LA.
They're in LA, yeah. And that's Laker fans. And the team is, of course, the Nugget guys are going to be the heels.
Hey, Frank, I tell you about my friend Nader all the time, right?
Yeah.
He's a Laker fan. He's from LA, so.
Right.
But you know what? We've never had riots in Denver. LA has had riots. But Denver
Try being in Toronto after the Maple Leaf, or after try being in Vancouver.
I don't know if Denver's ever had riots. I don't know if we have.
Well, try being in Vancouver after the Canucks lose the Stanley Cup Finals.
Hey,
Oof.
Are you guys free to talk after this for a little bit? Are you guys free to talk after this for a bit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am at least.
So guys, we're gonna head out.
I want to say, but wait, before you finish, my biggest memory of that Denver Nugget LA Lakers tag match was the whole controversy led to Vince McMahon going on SportsCenter and being interviewed by one of the ESPN SportsCenter analysts. And the guy who interviewed him, you remember who the guy who interviewed him was? Jonathan Coachman. Jonathan Coachman.
Oh.
Coach legitimately interviewed Vince over this whole controversy, and it's just hilarious to watch. It's like, that's your former boss right there. And I think he did call him sir at one point during the interview, but I'm not sure. But that was pretty funny.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. He's Tro, the special guest. He's Frank, the BB Buffet stand. I'm CJ. I got our